Today we are making our very own jade necklaces on Stewart Island. And we're taking a flight over to Mason Bay. And we're doing some kiwi spotting. We are doing a shit lot today, okay?
This morning we are reluctantly leaving really early the Stewart Island backpackers and we are heading for Rakiura Jade Carving Studio where we're going to be meeting Dave and Bean, the two carvers there. We are getting right to business with the different carving designs available, including the secret carving stone.
Laura, you need to make hot chocolate for Robin. That is what the secret says.
Jade carving is a tradition in New Zealand where usually you gift your jade pendant to someone else, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be carving each other some jade pendants, so the pressure is on. After picking our jade, which we're going to be carving, we are then doing our design. So we're going to be doing a more traditional design, which is called a toki, and this is a long chisel shape. Dave is getting rid of some of the excess on our stones, and then it's time for us to start carving. And luckily there's all the equipment that we need here, a lot of the grinders, sanders, and Bean and Dave are super helpful to make sure we are staying on track with our carving.
The first stage of the process was to cut out all the excess of our stone, so we are left with exactly the amount of stone that we need to create our design. Then it's back to the drawing board so we can actually decide what kind of shape this toki is gonna have and start drawing on the stone where the cut and where the polish needs to happen. It's under the watchful yet hilarious eyes of Pharaoh, the studio's dog, that we are moving on to the next stage of the process where we're going to be starting to polish. We begin the polishing process by using massive sanding machines that get rid of a huge amount of excess on our stone, leaving us with a very thin and narrow piece of stone. It is really important for us to be really careful because any slight mistakes create long-lasting marks on the stone. They are really small.
It's a real laid-back atmosphere here at the Rakiura Carving Studio, and that just really reflects what life on Stewart Island is like. In between doing parts of carving, we're also playing with the hilarious little dog, and just the location of this studio is really amazing, with windows with views looking out to the beautiful ocean. Dave's also taking the time to tell us about the Maori legends of how Greenstone is formed according to myth and legend, which is actually different between Maori tribes, which we had no idea about. But the main star of the show has to be Pharaoh the dog. We are having a ridiculous amount of fun playing with this dog who just looks unimpressed the whole time, but so hilarious. But anyway, we are moving on to the next stage of the carving, which is going to be hand sanding and doing the more intricate details of our toki pendants.
This is really the tricky part of the carving. This is when we're going to give the ultimate shape to that stone. Right now we're having a rough rock and we want to turn it into an awesome jewelry, and Laura and I are taking that really seriously. We're super focused on what we're doing, and Dave has noticed that, so he's coming to relax us by reading us a little bit of poetry while we're working. It's a really awesome way to clear our mind.
So my work has just been inspected and I graduate to the white one. So I've done red, I've done yellow, now I'm moving on to white.
And so you've got a special signature there.
Yes, that is done on purpose, because I'm an artist. I am creative. Now Laura is going to be inspected and we'll see if she can move on to the right. No pressure, Laura. I just moved into the right. Wow, he didn't do that to mine.
After completing the final touches of our sanding, we are then piercing a hole through the jade so that we're able to put a piece of rope through it and actually make it into a necklace. And then we have a well-deserved break, which is having a look at the different types of jade you can get around New Zealand. And Dave is showing us a few tricks on how to show its true colour. The final stage is braiding the string for the necklace, which Dave shows us a very complicated way of braiding with two people at a time, so it takes us a little while to get the hang of it, but we become braiding masters towards the end. But thankfully, Dave is doing the more complicated part of bringing this whole necklace together. The end result looks awesome. We can't believe that we've carved these jade necklaces ourselves, and we are going to be wearing these proudly for the rest of our trip. We are super stoked about what we've just created.
Alright, so we just done carving our own jade necklace. We went with some very traditional shape for this time. And yeah, they look actually stunning. They look very traditional, much more polished than what we've done before. You can see the experience. So this is what Laura has done for me.
And this is what Robin has done for you.
They look
Nice.
really nice. They look really neat. So now we're going back to the hostel. We're going to prepare for the epic adventure that is waiting for us tonight. So we are in front of the only hotel and pub in Stewart Island. We have our huge bags packed. And we're now waiting for Hannah, which is going to come and pick us up. So we can take the plane for a lovely sunset flight across the island, all the way to Mason's Bay, where we are gonna hunt for kiwi birds. We're not gonna kill them, we're just gonna take pictures of them, but we're pretty keen. Don't miss the part 2 of our awesome day right here on Stewart Island, where we're gonna be heading toward the complete other side of Stewart Island by plane, and we're gonna be landing on the beach. We're gonna try to find some kiwi birds in the dark. We're gonna have an awesome evening.